Okay, this is official. It's official.
Are we ready? Well, welcome to Daffodil Festival on Nantucket 2013. It's a beautiful day. We couldn't have a better day. And everybody, their cars are so beautiful, it's hard to choose. I wouldn't like to be a judge. I would not like to be a judge. But I'm very proud of this car. My husband's baby, he used to call it. It's a 1931 Model A. And it's lovely. Okay, thank you very much.
I got the microphone.
Because he's going to take some film. So it's a 1956 Land Rover, and in fact it was built as a fire pumper back in the 50s, and apparently it was in a hot point appliance factory for like 40 years. And so a fellow up in Vermont bought it, brought it to Vermont to restore it. It has the original 3,500 miles on it, but it was built as a fire pumper. So it used to have a little pump on the back with a takeoff from the drive shaft, and you could use it to fight fires. So I think it's the oldest Land Rover in Nantucket. You know, it's hard to keep it on the road, it's hard to find parts, and it doesn't always start. But, you know, it's in its 50s, just like I am, so I guess we have something the same. So there you go. So here are my boys. We've got, this is Mr. Finn Barmore, his first parade. George, you want to say hi? Happy Daffy Day.
Happy Daffy Day.
Happy Daffy Day. Hold on there, buddy.
Daffy Day.
Happy Daffy Day.
It's a 1971 Ford F-250. Reminds me of my childhood. That's why I bought it. Actually bought it on eBay. First major purchase on eBay. It sat in a woman's barn in Illinois for years and years, and she finally decided to get rid of it. And it's the classic cream puff that I bought online and love it. It's a local truck. It works. I drive it every day, which is kind of unique. So.
All right, anyway, it's a 1945 Ford Firetruck that's been in our company since the year 2000. I've driven it the last 5 years all over the vineyard and every parade and function that we could find over there to participate in. And now we brought it over here to the Nantucket Hotel. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Have all kinds of fun with it. It's great. We got livery plates on it so we can give rides to people, and we do it all the time, every opportunity we get. So we enjoy it. It's fun. Great.
This is a 1972 Ford Country Squire. It's the car that I basically grew up with. I've been in the show with this car for the last 3 years, and we did Boston Strong to raise some money for One Boston. And we're enjoying it with my friends, and good times.
Oh, the story with the car, it was born on 1959, so it's super, super old, but it's still, we do drive it all the time. It's a girl, and we call her Lola. Sometimes we notice that she doesn't like when guys drive her, but so sometimes if it's stalled somewhere in the middle of the road, I have to run there and get her. So we were a little bit nervous. I couldn't actually sleep last night because I was dreaming that I'm late to a parade and they don't let me in, and we were getting ready for so long, but here we are on time.
It's a 1957 Volvo Suga. The model is a TP21. They were late 30s taxi cabs in Sweden. World War II, they made them four-wheel drive for radio recon vehicles. Bought this in Belgium a couple of years ago, and it's mounted on a 2009 Dodge 2500 Cummins truck, in which we threw the body away and shortened the chassis 3 feet, added air suspension. It's got interior seats are out of a Porsche Cayenne. It's got power windows, air conditioning, it's automatic, whatever.
This is a 48 Willys CJ2A. and we bought it 18 years ago, and it was a total wreck, and restored it. It took about 10 years, and now it's a fun island car.
1965 Mustang. We take it out starting at the Daffy Parade, and then it's been used for maybe 2 months in the summer. I have a grandson and 2 granddaughters, and this is their baby as well. But I told them they couldn't have it until after I was gone.
This little guy here, I raised him from the first day he was born. He was just a little fluff ball. Actually, he didn't even have any feathers or anything on him, and looked like he had a broken neck. So I went and I picked him up, and there were 3 other chicks in the nest, and he had, like I said, been scooted out of the nest. He wasn't supposed to survive. So I picked him up, put him in a shoe, literally in a shoebox, underneath the lamp, and started giving him water, and every day I had to lift his head up and had to kind of train him, and within 6 months he fixed his own neck all by himself. And because I took him out, and I used to take him out when I was doing a mail route here all around here in the midtown, he would come out with me, and he got so used to people that he's not afraid of human beings at all, and he's a lot of people like to have a dog. I like to have a duck.
Well, this is the Trojan Horse. I'm King Priam. Where is our queen? There's our queen, Hecuba. And these are some of the Spartans who've delivered this gift to us of a Trojan horse. And we're not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. And this is sponsored by the Nantucket Historical Association. We do this every year, and we hope the folks here enjoy it.
Happy Daffy Day, everybody.
The story of my car is that it's a 1933 Packard Phaeton, 8-cylinder engine. I've had it about 10 years. It's been restored about 5 years. It runs beautifully. Came from a man in Pennsylvania. And the nice thing about it, it had never been stored outdoors, always in a garage his entire life. And a car like this, that makes a difference.
So the vans, we have 3 in the fleet. We only have 2 on island. They're 1978 or 79, these ones, Volkswagen Transporters. The other one has a pop-up top and has tap lines running through it. But these ones we keep on island to shuttle friends, family, reps that come in from out of town. So we use them as like local island transport buses. It's pretty fun. Every year they get a little more rust and we patch them up a little bit, and so there's a lot of character in the vans. We did try to re-headliner this van with some nice homemade decorations that didn't work, but the van appreciated the efforts. Yeah, they're great. They're fun. They definitely eye-catching. It was good advertisements for us, but a ton of fun.
It's a 47 stake truck. It actually is from the year that the company was founded, so it's as old as the company, and that's why they bought it. We restored it, brought it up, and it's very similar to the original delivery trucks that the company used. So this is the 39. It's been in every Daffodil Parade, so it's been here since the beginning.
This is a 1971 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, and the story of this car is a few years ago, I told my wife, you should get an old car to drive up in Nantucket. And I found this Carmen Ghia, and I thought it was perfect for her. And she really didn't want an old car in Nantucket. Well, now I can't get it away from her. So yeah, it's really my wife's Carmen Ghia.
It's a Chevrolet. It's being a four-door touring car. It makes it nice for photographing for the weddings and stuff. We was going to get a coupe, but it's just too tight. We need something so it's people that wedding dresses and get into them. So it's a nice car. I like it so far.
Well, this is a 1962 Bentley. I've owned it since 1982. The first 3 or 4 years I owned it in England and brought it home in the QE2 in 1985. Recently we've had some restoration work done on it. I think the most interesting thing about it is the first 20 years it was owned by a series of RAF pilots from the Battle of Britain in the Second World War. And so they contacted me after I bought it and wished me well with the car. And so it's got a little bit of a history of Britain and America working together and coming together.
The story of our theme is this Land Cruiser needed a paint job, so it got this lovely custom zebra paint job, and the whole theme came together as a safari theme. We have some borrowed animals and some wild things in the back, and it's Daffodil Day, so we're sporting the safari theme.
I bought it over eBay from Kentucky last summer, and over the winter my father and I rebuilt underneath. We had to go through the transmission and transfer case. We wanted it to look like a rock crawler, so this is what it is. Brought it in the pit the other day and it went right up the side, so it's nice.
Hi, happy Daffodil, everyone.
Hi.
We are Pan Am Flight 02564, departing from Nantucket at noon, arriving in Sconset at 1. This is a Dune Buggy. It's a VDub with a Dune Buggy body, and this is our 4th year being in the Daffodil Parade. It's 2-wheel drive, but it goes perfectly fine on the beach, and we get beach stickers for it and everything.
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. I'm having a great birthday.
Does it always fall on Daffodil?
Nope, it falls on tax day, which is a terrible day. And this year it fell on the bombing at the marathon. And we were there, and it was just dreadful. So I'm changing my birthday to Daffodil Day. My kids put it together, and they told me last night that Jack and I were in the parade, and we didn't even know. And after living here for 35 years, this is the first time I've been in the parade. So it's worth turning 80 to be in a parade.
Okay, folks, this is a replica vehicle. This is not a new one. This is a replica of a 1966 Shelby Cobra. To buy a new one, you're going to spend $750,000. This is nowhere near that, obviously. This is a kit car. Takes about 2.5 years to build. It's got a 427 in it, fiberglass body. It's been a lot of fun to build. It's a wonderful car to drive. One would think, as light as it is with such a big motor, it would be a handful. It can be, but it's also a very docile little beast coming up Main Street in the middle of winter. It's a lot of fun. We've really enjoyed working with this car. This is my bucket list, complete A to Z. And it was just a labor of love. Absolutely loved it.
How we doing, folks? Boston Strong from Boston, Mass. We're here at Daffodil Weekend. What a weekend. Really having a great time. Excellent. Cars everywhere, sunny day. We're enjoying ourselves. Don't forget, Boston Strong. USA all the way. We love Nantucket.
All right, so this is 1964 Plymouth Signet, theme Boston Strong. We're gonna have plenty of Fenway Franks, plenty of baked beans, plenty of Sam Adams, having a good time out at Sconset in just a little while. Come on out and join us. Looking forward to it.
Well, we bought this car last year and we brought it to Nantucket, and I said, you know what, this car belongs in the antique car parade. So this year's our first year presenting this car to Nantucket. The car is a 1973 350 SL convertible, and it's in pristine condition, and I love it. You know, each car needs to have a theme, and it was amazing. I had this epiphany. It was the red, white, and blue for Boston Strong. So in memory of all those people in Boston, this car is decorated for them. And it's making me cry.
So it's a 1948 Studebaker M5 pickup truck, which I purchased about 15 years ago. It came from Pennsylvania, and it's pretty much original, but it runs great. It's an everyday truck. It's got some dents and chips in it, which is the only way that you should really own these. Use them every day. And our dog Duncan loves the truck. Well behaved. What do you have to say, Duncan? Is that all?
This is a 1927 Mercedes Gazelle replica. We bought in West Palm Beach last year,
And this is our first year with it, and it runs great. And the kids decorated it, and we're really enjoying today.
This is a 1957 Jeep forward control FC150, a Willys. It's basically the frame and the engine are pretty much identical to the common Jeeps that people are used to seeing. It's actually a Jeep M38 underneath, about 99% common with a regular Jeep, the kind that everyone's used to. But they built about 30,000 of these from 1957 to 1965. Many of them were Forest Service vehicles and fire trucks, ambulances, a number of interesting uses. They were mostly working vehicles, so a lot of them wound up just rusting away on farms, so there are very few in existence. This one I renovated, I restored in 2010, and this is the third Daffodil Parade for it. And it's a daily driver, it runs well, hauls all kinds of loads. It's perfect for taking trash to the dump or picking up lumber or whatever, so it's really a great all-around vehicle.
Well, actually, it's my everyday driver here on island. I take it back and forth to work. It's a 1975 Chrysler Cordoba, and it's our 4th year in the parade. And actually, my wife's car is right behind you, which is a 77 Ford Maverick, and that's her everyday drive to work car. So we don't have them sitting in a garage. We have fun using them.
Happy Daffodil.
Say happy.
Happy Daffodil. Hey, happy Daffodil Day.
This truck is a 1984 F-150. It was brought to the island about 15 years ago, and unfortunately it kind of sat for a long time. And I eventually picked it up and decided that I was going to work on it. I probably have now about 80 hours of work myself into just getting it sanded down, some body work done, and getting it painted for this weekend.
Brought my Dune buggy here to the island. It's got a wicked hot Hemi. Beautiful day to be a bad dude.
We're Michael and Christina Smith. We're from Sandwich, Massachusetts. This is our first time at the Daffodil Parade, and we are loving it. It's a perfect day.
Absolutely beautiful. Got the car all ready just for this weekend.
The only thing that we're confusing is the bumblebees, which have no idea that all of these flowers are fake.
Congratulations.